a member of the UNN Alumni in Lagos, and you're also the legal advisor to University of Nigeria Nsukka Lagos chapter.
That's right.
What is your understanding? Are you in agreement with the ASU chairman from UNN that you don't understand why he's being removed? There's no reason for his removal. Is that your position as well?
First is to appreciate Channels Television for this opportunity. The second is to say that as an alumni member of this great institution, we are thoroughly scandalized that after several months of absence of academic activity, the University of Nigeria that we hold so dearly has been plunged into this clearly avoidable situation. Now, in direct response to your question is that up until this moment, there hasn't been any reason advanced for the removal of the Pro-Chancellor of the University of Nigeria, Dr. Enejere.
Except Dr. Nwaezeigwe.
Except for what we hear Dr. Nwaezeigwe say presently here now. And I think it's interesting to gather these facts from him. I'm also happy that he says from Delta State. I'm also from Delta State. We're both bound by our interface with that university. But let's take it one after the other. Does he have the right to rationalize the removal of a Pro-Chancellor? Certainly not. If the minister, as we understand it, has suspended the Pro-Chancellor of a university, the onus lies on him to advance reasons why that action is taken, if he feels so. But I think the most important and fundamental question to ask is, does the minister, well, as they call them now, supervising, coordinating, which is clearly against the Constitution. What you have is Minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria. But let's come to it. Under the law, under the enabling statute, the University of Nigeria Act, Cap 576, I'm quoting Registered Laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from 1960 to 2010. It is only the visitor, who in this case is the president, that has the right to appoint or remove the Pro-Chancellor. I am referring to Section 3 of the first schedule of the University of Nigeria Act. He can only do that on the recommendation of the minister. Now, as his,
Sorry, before you move on from there, you're saying he can remove
the president? Yes, the president can appoint, of course, in labor.
What about in terms of discipline such as suspension? Is that left at the hands of the president as well?
Thank you very much for that question. In the whole gamut of the enabling law, establishing and regulating the activities of the entire university, there is no such power to the minister. No section, no provision. The only disciplinary action that can be taken is the one that I have just quoted in Section 3 of the first schedule.
By the visitor.
By the visitor, who is the president. Now, in this case, and this is what is very intriguing and evolving, the minister unilaterally took that decision, announced it to the public, and up to this moment has not given any reason, formal or informal, except for what people like Dr.
Not people, what I said.
Okay, very well. And we will hold you to it when the time comes.
Yes, I'm here.
Now, you see, you could see that I'm quite passionate about that university. I have said it severally on this forum, that I wasn't a passive student. I was a very active student, one who had the privilege of even contesting the impropriety and impunity that reigned in that university while we were there about 15 years ago. That landed me in court with the university authority not once, twice, and on the basis of which my degree result was suspended. But the issue is clear. I think that I understand the University of Nigeria very well. It is largely a conservative university. one that is dedicated to academic pursuits. If you could find an entire university community rising in unison, not just only ASU, NASU, even some of the students that returned, don't forget, they were just returning, and the entire community, university community, rising in protest, then those who know the reasons why he was removed should be asked exactly what they feel about that sentiment. That is still sustaining up to
just before I go to Dr. Nwaezeigwe, one point he raised is the fact that the Pro-Chancellor has no authority to remove the bursar or suspend or discipline the bursar because he has no administrative responsibility within the university setup. Is it true that the Pro-Chancellor did suspend the bursar?
Thank you for the last lap of your question. We will get to know that because that information is not available to me, neither is it available to the alumni with whom I operate. What we know, and this is already in the public domain, is that the Pro-Chancellor on appointment in April, as a council, the Pro-Chancellor and members of the University Governing Council found that there are a lot of improprieties, financial improprieties going on. Thoroughly investigated those situations and came up with mechanisms to ensure that these activities are moderated in such a way as to advance the cause of the university.
But Malachy, even if he ordered that investigation, it doesn't seem to be his place because he has no administrative power.
No. I think we are getting a point very wrong, and I must say this. Everything we say here must be viewed against the backdrop of what the law says, not what the sentiments are.
Okay, what does the law say about his functions?
The University of Nigerian Act gives to the governing council the overriding,
headed by him.
Of course, he's the chairman
of the governing council.
As well as the Pro-Chancellor of the university.
Okay.
In short, one of its cardinal responsibility is ensure adequate fiscal policies and to monitor the financial activities of the institution. And therefore, here was a man who came and found that the procedures of financial activities have been thrown overboard and decided, as it were, to take adequate steps. And I'm happy he mentioned the question of appointing a consultant. To say, we have found that the due processes are not being followed. Let us engage the services of an accountant.
Okay, sorry, we will get to that detail. We will be going back to Dr. Nwaezeigwe in just a moment, but let me check with you. How did you get to hear that these are the reasons for the removal of the Pro-Chancellor when ASU is not aware, the Alumni Association are not aware?
The University of Nigeria gives us a decrease in both learning and character. For them to deny knowledge, they lack that character. In the first place,
do you have the history?
Excuse me, gentlemen, let me talk. When you are talking, I did not interject. Will you kindly listen to me?
Calm down.
Okay,
then don't interject.
Okay.
Please. You came out with bundle of flies and you think I'll keep it quiet. First of all, on 13th of December issue of Vanguard, December issue, 13th December issue of Vanguard, page 50, I carried out a write-up on the Pro-Chancellor on the activities of the ASU in response to the ASU press statement of 9th October this year, when they detailed all the so-called sins of the Vice-Chancellor and all the good things the
Vice-Chancellor,
all the so-called sins of the Vice-Chancellor and all the good things the Pro-Chancellor came to do. The ASU, the same ASU that are denying knowledge, carried out the press conference at the 9th October. I responded. And then on 23rd of this December, I again responded on Vanguard.
You responded?
Yes. there again responding to the so-called demonstration against. Yes, my role is this. My role is his own role. First of all, on second, because you see, you come to a situation where you come to an environment where you have taken as your own. I came from a community where I don't allow bad things to go on. If I should be part of it, then I should be there. I should talk. If I won't be part of it, if I won't talk, then I will quit. On 2nd of October, let me tell you one ugly statement that led me to take this sole action. On 2nd of December this year, when the Vice Chancellor announced the resumption of schools, after the federal government had given order, resumption of schools, when the students were expected to come, the Vice Chancellor, the Pro-Chancellor was in the university. He was in the university. That was the day the villagers of Orezoba and Enejere village invaded the campus and held the staff hostage with arms.
Why?
They said that the university must give them free light, free electricity.
Is that the fault of the Pro-Chancellor?
Yeah, first of all, yes, it was the fault of the Pro-Chancellor because first of all, the Pro-Chancellor was there in the campus. The DVC administration
implicates
yes,
them.
and the police were there. Yes, and they did not allow, and they did not caution they did not give the police order to stop those people from entering the campus. But you could imagine a situation where indigenous of Ife town will invade the campus of Obafemi University and then blockade all the entrance and all the streets of the campus, driving all the workers.
That becomes,
yes.
Dr. Nwaezeigwe,
yes.
That becomes the responsibility and the duty of the Pro-Chancellor when villagers invades the university. It's his fault.
No, yes, it is.
Where is the Vice Chancellor?
The Vice Chancellor was away at that time, and before then we've been having a serious problem. He's talking about the entire university. The Abada you are calling is just a leader of a faction.
Okay.
When did you visit the university last?
Okay.
You stay here in Lagos and come here and then pontificate on what is happening on the
thing is so unclear.
Okay. Just